welcome back to Tutorials. Well, I hope you had a nice day. And in this video, I'm going to teach you guys about the command line. It's also known as the terminal. And this is the command line, as you can see. So if you're in Windows, it's different. But if you're on a Mac, it's going to say like your MacBook Pro's name. And then 2 dots, the folder, and like your name and $sign. And that's the sign that your command line works, right? So the command line is massively useful for making stuff like making folders, making files, removing folders, stuff like that. I mean, technically it's possible for you to do this. Like, let's say I want to make a folder called animals, right? And in animals, it's possible for me to make like dog.txt, right? For now. And then we can do like cat.txt. And that's quite that's quite intuitive, first of all, and it does work. But sometimes some people don't really use that, because like in some other coding tutorials that you're watching, some YouTubers might do stuff like MKDIR or like touch, and hopefully I'll be able to introduce you guys to a bit of that. So there's a few things in the terminal, like I think they're called functions or keywords. But basically, there's a few that I'd like to talk to you guys about, and I'm going to just make a text document to explain. So there's going to be MKDIR, which makes a directory, also known as a folder, right? It makes a folder. There's also touch, which makes a file, and there's also rf, I think, which deletes the folder or a file. But these three are like the most important ones that you need to know right now, and they're very, very easy to learn. So we're going to make the same animals folder, but instead of touching this, pay attention to the terminal. I'm going to type mkdir animals, and it makes the animals folder. And let's say you want to make touch cats.txt. Now the cats.txt file isn't going to be in the animals folder. It's going to be in YouTube stuff folder, which is this folder I made, right? Because if you see here, it's MacBook Pro 2 dots YouTube stuff. So right now you're still in the YouTube stuff folder. Like you're still in the YouTube stuff folder, yeah. So if you wanna make the cats.txt file in the animals folder, you have to touch animals slash cats.txt, right? And if you look at that, there's cats.txt file in there. You can also do touch animals, and if you don't want to type animals, type A, then press tab, and it'll autocomplete for you, right? Animals.dogs.txt. Now if you do touch animals, once again A, tab, and you're gonna make a file called dolphin, well, it's going to come out as like this weird thing. You have to specify dolphin.txt, dolphin.js, dolphin.html, or dolphin.py, or things like that, right? Now another thing you need to know is cd, right? So if you do cd animals, you're inside the animals folder. So when you do touch cats, no, how about another animal like monkeys, oh man, what's wrong with my spelling? Monkeys.txt. It's going to be in the animals folder, as you see, and you don't have to do touch animals slash monkeys.txt because you cd'd or went in the animals folder. And if you want to get back into the YouTube stuff folder, you can do cd space ... and it has to be exactly like that, and you're back in the YouTube stuff folder. Now if you want to make another file in animals, you're going to have to do the usual procedure like this again. So let's make an animal called beaver.txt, maybe. I'm sorry if it's not so creative. Alright, so I'm going to add cd, which is enters you inside the folder or directory, as it's called, and there's cd ... which brings you out of the folder. well, it brings you out into the previous folder. So if you make a folder inside animals called MKDIR animals, and then like maybe mammals. Where is it? Mammals, right? Now, if you cd inside animals and you cd inside mammals, mammals there. Now you're inside the mammals directory, and you can make stuff inside the mammals directory, like human.txt, but it's made inside the mammals directory. And if you cd dot dot, you're back in the animals directory, not the YouTube stuff directory, because you're back in like the previous directory, right? So clear, yeah. So that's our function clear, which cleans out the terminal, the command line, right? Finally, we have rm/rf. So rm space /rf removes our directory. So rm/rf mammals, right there, it's gone. Mammals, like the mammals directory is gone. So rm stands for remove, and I'm not sure what rf stands for, but I think you can do some research on that your own. And if you want to delete a text file, I think it's rm_text, and it's gone. And you don't have to put an rf if it's for a file, but for a folder you have to put an rf. Alright, so just as like some homework, I think I'm just gonna clean out everything in here first. Rm cats cd dot dot rm cats txt. As you can see, it's removed. Rm rf, oops, rm rf. I'm so bad at this. Rf a animals, and you can press tab once again, remember, animals, and it's gone. So all we have left is the command line.txt, and this stuff is like the basics of the command line that I taught you to do. So as a bit of homework, maybe try to, like, I think your goal, try to make a folder, try to make files inside it, try to make a folder inside it, and try to like delete the folders, just as like a bit of homework, as practice for the command line. And always remember the clear keyword, which like is massively useful if things get a bit too crazy. Right? So thanks for watching. See you.